everybody. As Mari said, I also was a case manager in this program, so I see and understand how important it is for everyone to be present here, to acknowledge the success that you had during this program and everything that you learned. Also, your loved ones that are present too is also something to be grateful and celebrating today as well. And then just going into this successful day is also celebration. So I want to talk about celebrating, because celebrating is something very important. And I think sometimes we only celebrate things that are the big giant things. And I think celebrating the things in the middle are also important as well. We forget about those things because we think, no, they're not a big deal. They don't mean nothing. Because we have this goal that we want to achieve. And if we're not there yet, it's not worth celebrating. It's not worth posting. It's not worth talking about, because it's not like the big giant thing that everyone's going to get excited for. But the big thing to get excited for is all the steps that you're taking. Because even being here today, I'm sure throughout this process while participating in the Job Ready program, you just don't have to participate here and doing what your requirements here. You have a life. You have things that you're doing, school, job, family, kids, whatever it may be. So all those things come into play in terms of being successful. So those are actually celebrations as well. And I think sometimes we get lost in the sauce. If it's not going well, it's not going right, it's like, I'm over it. It's not good enough. I'm not doing enough yet. But those are the celebrations that we actually need to celebrate as well. And those celebrations are about, doing something that you say you're always going to do. Like, oh, I'm going to go to the beach. I mean, we live in Oxnard, and how many of us really use access to the beach that we have here? One person, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5. But so many people actually say, I want to live by the water, and like, how often do we access that water that we have? Just like, I always say, growing up, we're like, Oxnard, where's Oxnard? I'm like, people think Malibu's on the beach and they spend all this money. I'm like, I grew up on the beach. We have beaches every direction. And nobody thinks like, oh, we gotta be this big name, but we have something here. So all those little things to celebrate, going out to dinner, taking yourself out, reading a book, whatever it may be, those are the celebrations that you deserve. So when you celebrate those things that, I just saw someone that I know. So you celebrate those things, and guess what? It pumps you up to keep doing more. So when we wait for celebrations, guess what? We stop working. We don't think it's right enough. Sometimes we get complacent, we get comfortable because we haven't celebrated yet. Because when we have those moments, whether it's graduation or our birthday party's a celebration, we get all excited and it's like, oh, I'm waiting to turn whatever, 21, 23, 24, 40, whatever it is. And it's like we're waiting for these big numbers. And it's like, why not celebrate each and every moment? And that's what's keeping in mind. So keep in mind, like, what are those celebrations that we need to acknowledge about ourselves? So even for me, as I wrote a couple of books, and I wrote How You Triumph in Sports, Tools That Create a Triumphant Life. Basically, I wrote life skills books for our youth, because I was thinking personal development, life skills, it's all written for adults. So like me going into my 20s, I'm like trying to figure myself out, and it's like, why isn't this stuff taught at the younger level? Maybe it could have saved me some time, some decisions that I would make. So I decided I'm going to do that and give back. And the workbook is the exercises that go with the book. It is being implemented in sports teams and schools, and also in the household, and using my sports background. So I grew up playing basketball and earned a scholarship to go to school at San Francisco State, and I got my key scholarship. Woo! Yeah! So it's learning those celebrations, and here I am as I started writing the book. And when you start something, especially like as a business owner, you want to start selling right away, right? And you have this goal, like, I want to be a bestseller. And so I wanted that, of course. And so I would do a book fair, and I'd come back, and it's like I sold 10 books. And it's like, 10? That's so far off for even being well known. But it's like, those are the mini celebrations that I'm missing out on. Because I'm not acknowledging those 10 books. You don't know the impact it's going to have on those 10 people, or whoever the book gets passed on to. So that was really important. So I made myself realize 10 is still better than 0, and 10 is getting a step closer to that big goal that I have. But I have to acknowledge those celebrations in between. And then something I learned also about celebrating, so on Saturday, I was at the Juneteenth Festival, and as I'm leaving, I'm charging my phone, and my phone doesn't turn on. So I haven't had a phone since Saturday. And, but what I've been learning, and what I really like about it, is that there's so much freedom in not having a phone, actually. It's like there are people that I want to be in touch with, and it's a lot easier than trying to email some people. But there's also a freedom in it, and I learned that there's a couple of keys that are involved. So it's about being present, and it's also about participating. So now that I don't have that phone, I'm more present and I'm participating. And also with our celebrations, are we present and are we participating in those celebrations as well? So a lot of times we can go out for like a graduation dinner for a friend or a family, but how many people are on their phones? How many people are even actually part of the celebration? You're there, but are you present? And are you participating? You know, are you in that moment? Because that moment is only going to happen once for you and those other people there. So it's about recognizing that's what celebration is. And celebration is actually being present and participating every day in your life. And that is a celebration to be sitting here right now, no matter what things may be going through, right or wrong or hard or easy, whatever it may be, it's still a celebration of being here. Because this is an opportunity to do something else and do something better. So in terms of being present and participating, I just want to give everybody a moment to be present. So I'm going to ask everybody to close their eyes. And what you're going to do is you're going to take 5 deep breaths. And like really embrace those breaths and like inhale deeply and exhale. You know, so give yourself that time. Still awake? Okay. So those are the times, those are the moments that we allow ourselves, because I know there's like the hustle and bustle of always being busy, 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 go, go, go. And it's all right to just be at peace once in a while. I know we get a lot of praise. We're like, I'm hustling, I'm doing this. And if I'm lying, it's like, oh, you ain't doing nothing. And it's like, it's okay to give yourself time. It is really okay. It's okay to reboot and recharge and celebrate in that moment of just being present and participating for you and what's going on and flowing through your own body. And so in terms of the celebration today, we're going to continue to move forward. So it's keep moving forward. I mean, it's one of the slogans for one of my favorite movies, Meet the Robinsons. It's a Disney movie. And they always talk about keep moving forward. So one of the things whenever I have a celebration, I always think, okay, what do I got to do next? How do I keep moving forward and not stay stagnant? So one of the next things I do is I vision. So I have a vision. So what is it that I want to create next? And I don't just keep it in my head, because like most things we do that we keep in our head, we forget. And they're not clear. And we forget, and sometimes it's easy to get down on ourselves. So I always say the best thing to do is write something down. If you can write it down, you create and implement those details. And when you write it down, already speak like it's happening. Don't say I hope, don't say I wish, don't say I want, say I am. I am driving in my X brand model car that is navy blue. Really give the details. That's what they do in those books that become movies. And most people who watch the movies, that they read the book, they always say what? The book was better than the movie. Because the details just bring something more different to life. And that's what writing really does. So that when you forget, or you have a bad day, or there's a challenge you're going through, you go back to that piece of paper. Because if you go back to what you thought in your head, you're going to miss some details. Especially if you're like, I'm not there all the way. So that paper is going to take you back to where you need to go to refresh you and get you excited again about where you're trying to go. The next step is having a support system. So I call it the circle of support. And the circle of support are all the people that you can trust and go to who are going to be honest with you as to whatever the goals that you're looking to achieve. The people that you can go to who are going to build you up and pick you back up. Also the people that you can go to and be honest about what your goals are. Because it's not easy to tell everybody what your goals are. Because you're like, what are they going to think about me? I'm embarrassed. What if I don't do it? What are they going to say? Are they going to tell everybody? All those different things. So just how everybody here participating in the Job Ready program, the case managers were part of your circle of support. Once you signed up and gave in all your documentation, they just didn't like say, go ahead and figure it out. There was a support system there that helped you along the way so that everyone is sitting here today. So go ahead and tell those people who's in your circle of support. Sometimes we like to think, well, they should know. And it's like, who's mind reading? And then we get mad when they don't help us. But it's like, did you communicate? No. So I can only help you if you tell me. Someone can only help you if you tell them. So just like we have a baker, it's like, it's great to know that you love baking, right? So guess what? If anybody knows somebody who owns a bakery business, we just refer them to you. You know, because you can know one business owner, but guess what? There's so many others to know because you don't know where it's really going to hit, right? And the more networks you have, the more cupcakes you have. And so it's just like you want to just continue to tell people what your goal and what your vision is. And a lot of times we allow people to ask us for help, and we give, but we never want to be the ones to ask someone else for help. You know, oh, they're too busy. I don't want to bug them. But it's like people want to help. The same way they're asking us for help, there's people that want to help us. And then number 3 is just taking action. So taking action and continue to move forward. It's continuous effort in doing that, and just always following through. Even if it's one step, it's still one step closer to where you're going. It's still one step to moving forward. So never just discount that one step. And guess what? That one step is a celebration. So that's the most important about it. And so I'm going to actually talk about a goal that I have, and I'm going to allow you guys to be my circle of support. So one of my goals is I'm learning Spanish, but my goal is to speak it fluently so that I can go into Spanish-speaking communities and Spanish-speaking countries and empower the youth there. So the affirmation I'm going to do at the end right now is going to be in Spanish. So I need you to repeat after me as my circle of support loud, because it's not just for me, it's for everybody here, right? Okay. So give me a minute. Hold on. Okay, ready? Mi vida es una celebración.
Mi vida es una celebración.
Hoy y todos los días.
Y hoy todos los días.
Mi vida es oro.
Es oro.
That's right. And then my tagline for my business is treasure yourself and shine, but I don't know how to translate that yet. Treasure yourself and shine. You got me?
¿Eres un tesoro brillante?
Desvalórate y brilla. Valórate y brilla.
Valórate
y brilla.
y brilla. Yeah. Valórate y